makes us sweat. That's why, for your sensitive underarms, you need Dove Men Plus Care.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
Or do you don't? Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us, and feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Oh man. Okay. Well, what do we want to do today? Clicking here, mention more. Alright. So I pop onto this. Dashboard. Yep. Okay. Right. And then directing sheets. No one has any obligations or wants. Before I get started here, we go to 15 with these. We go up to that. Two candlehead for one cactus. And then that's a good one. Oh my god, and then we need 37 of these. Hold on a minute. Right, okay. $50. 20. 30. 40. 50. That should be the button, right? Yeah, it is. Alright. Round 7 of the faction war. And well, we have a new record for most amount of units on the scene here. Not only do we have our 50 versus 37 in Pumpkin Catapult versus Lasso, we also have what is it, 20? No, hold on. 13,000 worth of gunslingers versus 13,000 worth of vampires. 65 versus 13. Yep. We have and then we have 12 Reapers versus 25 Deadeye. Or I mean, Quick Draw. So we have a lot of screen. There's about 70. Pumpkin Catapults are obviously going to be huge in this, as well as the Vampires being the second best unit in the game currently on the rankings. So let's go. I'm just gonna have this play in slow motion the whole time. There's no way I get any frame rate if this is in fast motion. Gunslingers are gonna have a lot, and it's all probably gonna kill. It's all probably gonna rain down on the vampires. They're gonna be like right in that front line instead of actually on top of the vampires or on top of the Deadeye or Quick Draw. Because if the vampires can make it to those units, I mean they have a guaranteed win against that. So all the lassos, all the spooky units have come into the middle. Definitely, you know, looks like the Wild West faction is coming out on top for now. In the middle. Why are some of these such a lighter brown? Like that's the normal catapult brown. How are we looking over here? It's not looking great because of the huge amount of bodies. I mean, if they can rain down like all these pumpkins, well, maybe not these ones because they're dead. Like on this flank, they can rain down pumpkins and then rain down pumpkins onto this flank from that flank. Can actually run the match now. The bounce might work against the pumpkin catapults in this. We're only doing one round as is normal with Wild West map rounds. There should still be a bunch of skeleton archers in the back unless they're all dead. Some of them are up. There's like half of them there, and it does actually look like the spooky faction's got this. That pileup of bodies was just too much for the Wild West to get over. My frames are back. And so obviously, like with the whole remake stuff happening, I do plan on doing this with my remakes whenever they're all done and ready. But obviously that'll take a while. Okay. One launch up, one catapult, one king, and one yellow. Next up is going to be Viking faction versus the Medieval faction. And the real question is whether or not the Medieval faction can deal with all these berserkers and these Valkyries too. It's gonna be the Knights and the King responsibility. Because I mean the King wins 1v1 against y'all, like every single time. So they gotta weaken down this King a lot so that the Jarl could take him out. Or just kill him outright. That's actually insane. Like, one Valkyrie almost out damages, like, how many is this? Like, 25 healers? They're so bad. It makes me wonder if I increase the damage that the remake healer does, will he heal more? This is an obvious medieval victory. We don't even need to continue. Let's see if they can do it again. And Catapult can certainly get lucky in the beginning. Like, if it hits, like, the Berserkers and everything. They did not get, like, any of these heroes down. Now the King can just, like, waltz through them with his big old claymore. Two-shot the poor Jarl. The Jarl's already dead. Easy medieval victory. Moving on, next up is the Dynasty faction, who is still undefeated so far, almost about over halfway through the tournament. And the Farmer faction. Dragon's gonna do some work on this front line here. Which is probably why they keep winning, because the Dragon is like such good in these types of matchups. Like all those Farmer frontline units are dead. And the Wheelbarrows, I think, got the watches, which is good. Now, like, the Dynasty faction has all of these bodies left over to go fight the Scarecrows. And where do my frames go? And we have like 100 units on the screen, maybe. But they've made the distance, and there's no way that the Farmer faction defeats them now. Like, one Monkey King can probably run a train on the Farmer back line. They can actually, like, rush in there and take down the Dragon quickly. They might have a really good chance. Now there's just this one Wheelbarrow back here. Dynasty takes game 1. Now let's see how they do in game 2. And I do have a fun idea for afterwards. We're done here. Currently. The Dragon has burned down all of the Farmer front line again. The Wheelbarrows have gotten down one Hwacha, just like last time. Yeah, Dynasty faction just needs to now march forward up to these guys. I don't know why it's being this laggy. Because it's not on my end. I still have 0 dropped frames on OBS. Pause that for now. What is happening? It really does. Hi, Rep. Did this yesterday and it was fine though. Like, what the hell? Like, is it something to do with the units I have on screen? Because I know like the Tempest Lich changed my memory and everything. So Farmer actually won this time. I'm game. Guys, thanks for joining me for Taps Thursday, the lag edition. Like, hold on, if I just like look up or something, no, that doesn't do anything. Like, you can hear the music bugging out too. Ah, jeez. Might need a tabs restart soon. Anyway, Dragon going in on maybe that'll help. Good idea. I might just delete all my other sources, except for like the 7 I use. Farmer won game 2. I don't know if that got on recording. Like me saying game 2, but they won game 2. Anyway, the slow-mo might make it even easier for the Dynasty faction to just kind of roll over the farmers with the dragon. Dragon's doing a backflip now. I just try a tabs restart because it shouldn't be impacting me terribly. I'm still running at like I haven't dropped a frame yet. Yes, it's telling me I have a uh I am having an encoding over I'm overloading my encoder right now, so that is great. So I'm just gonna move like all the one use or have no ban on using. Okay. It looks like it's beginning to work. No longer having these encoding issues. Hello, Neon. Okay, there. Chat into chat. Program chess. All right, I'm now back down. I'm now down to just 7 things. 7 scenes. All right. And Dynasty won game 3. I had to go. I was messing around in OBS for it the whole time, but this is what the battlefield looks like. So let us move on. Maybe it's all like custom content and I need to start like purging all of that. That might be something I do. Or like offloading it into a different folder or something. I'm not sure. Tribal is also one of my least favorite factions to do this whole setup with because they have so many numbers that I need to make even. Like this. Like 16 musketeers here. Then we get like 25 stoners. Halberd, we only need 3 of those, that's nice, and then we can get 4 bone mages. Jouster, and then 5 chieftains, and then here's the big one. We need 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Then like what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Boom. Renaissance versus Tribal, Da Vinci Tank versus Mammoth. Da Vinci Tank actually with a very sizable amount of musketeer support. And then the Mammoths are not gonna have any support. Yeah, they're getting absolutely ripped apart at the shins. Musketeers even penetrate with the bullets, which isn't good. Yeah, unfortunately, the mammoth support of Spear Thrower gets matched up with the Balloon Archer, so that's a 3v5 because of how we're running this stuff. Obviously, Renaissance wins. I'm pretty sure it's just set in stone of just Tribal is not gonna win. We have like they have like 4 more chances to win. I don't even know what faction they could hope to win against at this point. I don't think they've gone against we gotta go, it's 2600. I do not think they've gone up against Farmer yet, which is like the only faction I can think of that like they don't like guaranteed lose to. Mammoth just isn't a good unit. 8, 3. Then this one works out. This one doesn't. 3 mammoths, what? 4 captains, and then 6 pirate queens and 5 divine harpers. Pretty small match, pirate versus the light. Under 30k here. Obviously, pirate queens are gonna be big. 1 cannon as a support, though. Like, 1 cannon and 1 divine arbiter are both pretty much gonna one-shot most things on the enemy team, respectively. Both 2 chronomancers, 3 chronomancers. These sacred elephants do not stand a chance against the pirate queen captain harpooner combo. 4 chronomancers have transformed. 1 chronomancer is down. That's a good start. Still, like, a lot of pirate queens are up. Cannon. Okay, cannon 2-shots them. No, Divine Arbiter definitely does, but like, They still pretty much one-shot most the other team. Are you okay? I mean, you aren't because you're dead, but like, is your corpse okay? Light faction takes game 1. We'll see if the pirate faction can adapt and beat it in game 2. One Chronomancer, 2 Chronomancer. Oh, that's a Sacred Elephant, right? I thought they pulled in a Chronomancer before it got a chance to transform. For all 5 Chronomancers are transformed, the elephant body is blocking the cannonballs. And then the Harpooner dragged it in to... Man, chalk it up to the Harpooner to just be an absolute menace to his own team. Dude, the Harpooner brought in that Chronomancer so it could kill the cannon. Yeah, these Pirate Queens are just gonna get stun locked. They might, like, you know, absolutely demolish them if they hit, but they aren't gonna hit. So that is a light victory. It was a misinput. It was a misinput. I swear. I didn't mean it. Stop. I didn't mean it, bro. That's the Harpooner right now after the match ends and the Pirate Queen starts coming up to him. Let's see here. 2. I don't even know why I do bother with these ones at this point. Because these ones don't matter. This one matters. Because that's an amount of mad mechanics. And they have AoE. Okay, 8, 9 Tempest Liches, and then 10 Ballista. Ballista, but okay. It's also gonna kill my frame rate. And then I think that's gonna be 5, and then 3 Zeus against 2 Void Monarch. Dark versus Ancient, go. Tempest Liches are gonna, like, completely demolish this front line. And my frame rate. And then it's just up to, the Ballista to, well, first they gotta deal with the Shadow Walker in the back. And then they can turn their attention to literally everything else. I mean, they do one-shot the Void Monarch before it is not transformed state. I don't actually know off the top of my head how much HP the transformed Void Monarch has. Either way, this Shadow Walker is doing great. How are there... Okay, we have 2 Ballista left. Shadow Walker did amazing for this round. And my frames are not doing amazing. Oh yeah, the Deathbringer also dodges. I mean, maybe if they still had 10 Ballista up. They didn't really dodge that, and oh my god, that's so many dark units. Yeah, Shadow Walker needs to die way faster. It's not gonna happen. Dark's gonna take that dub 2-0. So that's round 7. I have 3 rounds left. Boom, and then we're gonna get into round 8 of 11. It's gonna be Medieval versus Dynasty here. So this is 14, okay. Then they do need like 25 archers, which, you know, that's not bad. That's not terrible. Okay, hold on a minute. $25, so we should go up to 41. And then 14 months. Okay, yeah, we got 4 commitments. Then what? 13 of you? Should go up to that, and then 10 of you. 1 dragon. 1 catapult. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. No, it's... that sucks. That sucks for, Medieval. Hold on a minute. Let's see here. It's gonna be 9 ninjas. And then that's however many healers this is. Should be 25 healers? Then this is gonna suck for them. I could honestly definitely, like, you know, make that easier for Medieval faction. 2 Hwacha, 3 Monkey King, and 4 Kings. Yeah. Yeah, wait, no, hold on a minute. Welcome to round 8 of the Ultimate Faction War. We're starting off Medieval versus Dynasty. It's honestly, I think, actually coming down to archers versus dragons. Even if these Hwacha killed the dragons, like, they killed 2 of them, it's not gonna matter. There's 13 of them. There goes another, like, 4 dragons from their own Hwachas. Medieval's biggest hope is actually the Hwacha. The Hwacha just killing its own dragons. Monkey King, oh, that's a clone. Now they just have a lot of bodies left. There are only 2 dragons, 1 dragon left. It's actually going to take out the top flank. It might not run through this whole flank. Okay, it did. Yeah, Medieval also got really lucky with the Hwachas killing, like, all of the dragons. Dynasty takes it again. The thing is, like, I'm pretty sure the Medieval faction didn't actually kill any dragon. The Hwachas killed all of the dragons. Yeah, it would have been possible, though. I mean, they still had, like, all the dragon holders to deal with, while the Hwachas rain down on them, and knowing units in this game, they're just gonna, like, you know, funnel, like, all like 25 arrows into one dude with they die in one hit. One pumping catapult, one divine arbiter, one sacred elephant, two sword casters. We'll put them actually up here. Then what's it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might actually be the smallest battle in the tournament so far. Light versus Spooky, and we only have 43 units on the field. We have less than that many units on some single teams. The front line is immediately down. The Chronomancers are transforming. I don't know if they can get that good chain reaction to kill all the Chronomancers. It's not too far away to get the chain reaction. Could have been possible though. Catapult's not doing anything to Chronomancer, so let's see if they can get that Reaper chain reaction. Archer is actually, I believe, number 10 on my PRs in my tournament series. Just ahead of the King. Yeah, the chain reaction did not get there. I was always like, oh, okay, hold on. Obviously, Light wins. I was always on the side when Legacy came out that the Archer was still better. They just had so much more range, and they did a lot more damage. And they do like less than half damage. Yeah, that would be 25. You know what? We're actually gonna, like, place them off to the side this time. So that we'll give them a chance. He doesn't even fire that fast. He fires slower than his, than, like, he used to in, like, actual, like, his, like, old tabs. See what I was saying last time about 43 units not being a lot? Like, look at the amount of units we have. 159. Anyway, Tribal versus Pirate, go. I've actually also, finally, after 8 rounds, moved the spear throwers of the Tribal faction, like, off to all the sides. So that, you know, the Mammoths don't kill every single spear thrower on their way to the battle. So, well, the Pirate Queens will kill them. Why do I bother? Why do I bother? I should just do like all spear thrower. Actually, it's like the only chance Tribal has. I'm pretty sure the pike has a longer range than the poacher does. I don't think they killed us. Did they? No, they killed like 4, 5. They killed a 6, 7. They killed about a third of the pirate queens. None of the cannons died. Pirate dumb. Why do I bother? Honestly, I should just. Well, you know what? I'll remove tribal from future competitions like this. It's just, it just doesn't matter. I'll replace them with something else. Oh my god, screw the rest of this. This is the most important matchup. One halfling versus one painter. And then the rest of this is gonna ruin it. 2 week go home, you're getting replaced, honestly, on God. I'm replacing you with the remake buff faction I made you. You need it. Let's see here. What next? Oh dear God. Oh dear God. 40 muskets, and then however many that is here. No, 34 muskets. No, 20. Yeah, 25 versus 34. How much is that? 4 up to 41. Right, okay, hold on. Yeah, so we need to do 25, so this gets up to 50. Yes, 34 musketeers, not 25. There we go. Apparently, I am forgetting how to count during these, at this point in the tournament. It's actually a pretty solid matchup. Jouster, and then what, like 3 Da Vinci tanks? 1, 2, 3 will do. Okay, hold on a minute. Next up, Farmer versus Renaissance. Go. Crows going in. I mean, there's still 34 musketeers to deal with. Now they gotta, like, burn through all of these Da Vinci tanks. This, like, huge wall of HP that 3 Da Vinci tanks puts up. 1 down. They aren't getting through them fast enough. Like, all the musketeers are still left. Actually, no, we've lost, like, 4. 4 of the 34 musketeers died. It's not close at all. I didn't even see what happened in our most important match yet. 1 halfling versus 1 painter. It's my favorite faction to work with during this, the Wild West. You know, it seems fine now, but just wait until I hit the frickin' wait until I hit the lasso. Or even the gunslinger at this point, because that's what? Fine. 13, so we need to go up to 20, and that's however many gunslingers that is. About that many. And then, oh my god, no. 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 This could not have been a worse matchup to choose for the freaking lasso, man. Like, one Tempest Lich already tanks my frame rate. I don't want to sit here and imagine what 37 does. Then 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then that should be 20, so we do up to 86 up here. And then 96 down here. Then 5 quick draws, which probably doesn't matter at this point. 2 Void Monarchs might also not matter. I have elected to not show you this match, as there are 37 Tempest Liches on my screen. Actually, might as well. What's happening under that cloud? I have no clue. Void Monarch transformation, at the very least. Probably every unit under that cloud is dead. I think both Void Monarchs have transformed, so, like, now it's really on Deadeye to, you know, shoot down all these dark units. One dark one, okay, cool. Next up, and actually the last match for round 8, Ancient versus Viking. Ballistas are obviously gonna do a bit of work, but I mean, they're really just anti-Jarl. Well, Zeus is probably gonna take out all the fodder units. I mean, while I'm saying that, they've already done so. Game 2, can we see any adaptation come from the Viking faction here? To not get just, like, completely demolished by Zeus's splash damage with their, like, low general HP. Not sure if we will. Because any of the all small units get dummied by Zeus, and then the 3 Jarls get dunked by the Ballista. 4 Jarls, but still. Like, as soon as these go down, they can sync it up. 1 Jarl down. 2, 3 Jarls completely down. This 4th one is dead once it gets off in rage. There it is. That's gonna be an ancient victory. Pirate Farmer. Dynasty Ancient. Ren Medieval. Dark Viking. Spooky. One less. What? When is this one gonna take place? Oh, it already did. Okay. So then we move up to 33. That is right. Oh. One cannon, and that makes me for 2 harvesters. Let's also do that. Move these harpooners out of the way. Maybe we should 2, 4, 5, 2, 3. We'll move these bomb throwers out of the way so that they like have a clean passage to it. And then 2, and then there's no way I can really make 3 wheelbarrows have clean passage. I can make 2. Oh, okay. Well, that makes things a little trivial, don't you think? We're moving into round 9 of 11 in the Ultimate Faction Tournament. We're starting off with Pirate versus the Farmer faction. I was gonna get into this until it became 12 Pirate Queens versus 25 Scarecrows as the matchup. I mean, they do have Harpooner support, Bomb Thrower. Bomb Thrower isn't gonna support anymore. Cannon is dead, so it can't support anymore. But it would have been nice to have Cannon support, because it'll one-shot Scarecrows from a distance. Scarecrow has potion seller support, which is not terrible. It's not as good as the pirate faction support, evidently. Then there's like half of the pirates left. Yeah, they get it. I'll also probably run like different styles of faction war in the future. But yeah. You then 20. Hold on a minute. These should be opposite. 25, so we need to get up to 35. I don't know why this would matter. It just actually comes down to whether or not they can what's getting matched up? Oh, the Ballista is getting matched up against the Dragon. That is a good pick from the Ancient faction. They say that as if they like actually had a choice on what got matched up against the Ballista, against the well, I mean, against the Ballista, yeah, but against the Dragon. We should be able to one-shot these dragons before they get too dangerous. Well, here we go. That gets us up to what, 53? Then Minotaurs, and it's just okay. These aren't a factor. Continuing on, it's just the dragons and Hwachas versus the Ballista. Everything else is pretty much dying from the crossfire of these two. Or maybe it's just Hwacha versus Ballista. Because they've shot down like all of their dragons, and now the dragons are just like a bunch of V-shields. Zeus is done. There's no way he lasts. Then they have to move through the snake archers, real fast. They did it. They actually did do it. Let me see here if I can. I don't think I can actually change that in any meaningful way. Maybe I can. Boom, we'll move these Hwachas off to the side so that these dragons can, like, you know, do something. They still don't because they start aiming for the Minotaurs that just shoot into the middle of them. You know, this should at least be better for... I mean, it looks like it's going better. Maybe. Zeus is down. One Snake Archer remains, but, I mean, they're already being picked off by the Ballista. God, then the Snake Archer got one extra shot off. Yeah, alright. Ancient's done it. So up to 33. $13 versus 8? Yep. $50 versus 60 for Renaissance versus Medieval. Go. Now there's a lot of Musketeers. It's a lot of Musketeers for the Medieval faction to deal with, but they might be able to. With a lot of HP on their side, with 8 kings. Archers gotta like continuously chip away at these Da Vinci tanks because these kings are not gonna do it. Actually, what's the good of healers? Like, I don't see them ever really being useful. I don't think I've like ever used the healer in an actual setup line once. Obviously, Renaissance wins. How many units do the Legacy and Secret factions have? That's 5, 10, 13 it looks like? So I could have actually done, I could have actually allowed Legacy into the tournament series and had, 2 of them matched up against 1. So, the combined cost of Peasant and Banner Bearer would go up against, Painter. So that'd be, 5 Peasants and 5 Banner Bearers against, 13 Painters? Yeah. And then what's this? 14... 28. Okay, hold on. 28. $39. So unless I could feasibly ban 4 units from this, I also couldn't have done that. So if I could ban 4 units from this, I could do that. Personnel, Cupid, Cheerleader. I don't think I could ban a 4th one. Present Elf, Cheerleader, and Cupid, would not really be allowed, but I can't ban a 4th one and have it be reasonable. Well, that's a shame. I'll have to keep that in mind, though, next time. Maybe I'll, post a poll for what 7 units we allow into the Legacy faction and the, Sequel faction. Maybe make it some sort of tournament. I 15 Ice Archers might actually do something in a match. 11? Next up is going to be the Dark versus Viking faction. Like, for once, the Ice Archers might actually kill something. I highly doubt it because they have to deal with all these Shadow Walkers in the back. But hey, there's like 15 Ice Archers. Maybe they'll freeze like a Mad Mechanic. That's so many Dark units. Oh my god. It's literally 2 Jarls against all of this. Maybe if they had like 5 Enrages, they could win. Okay. I get it. Bro, you good there? What's next? Spear throw versus Candlehead. So hopefully they don't kill all of the spear throwers this time. 5 stoners, 4 vampires. 10 bone mages, 3 pumpkin catapults, 5 chieftains, 2 sword casters, and then the big one. I'll just put these in the back. We gotta get up to 46. So that's 10, and that's 20. They might honestly need that advantage. I might need to give them like that huge advantage. I also should probably move these spear throwers even if further out. Alright. Spooky versus Tribal, aka Reaper versus Mammoth. Then, I mean, 2 sword casters can do something, but there are like 10 spear throwers, and they're actually gonna be able to do something this time. Unless that happens. Oh my god, what is happening? You know that as soon as one Reaper dies, like literally every single Reaper in that pile dies. Okay, Spooky wins. So go to 20 paladins. Okay. It's always 1,000. It's always 50 versus 37. So we go up to how many of these? 57. Oh. Don't care anymore at this point. Next up, and we're actually the last match in round 7. We're kind of flying through these. I mean, round 9. Wild West versus Light. AKA 50 Lasso versus 37 Divine Arbiter. Because that's everything. That's like where most of these budgets are coming from. Chronomancers have transformed. It does. It looks like the Wild West is gonna win. Though I did see a bunch of the Divine Arbiters like shoot themselves. So let's see if I like put it in slow motion. That'll help anything. Like, no, it's not Deadeye. The Deadeye wouldn't have killed that many of them before like the fighting really begins. They killed one. That one's bugging out with its clothes. These orbs are having a hard time getting through the elephants. That is unfortunate, and I am sorry. These poor elephants. They're just being absolutely hammered. Yeah, why? They're just attaching to themselves. They aren't opening and going forward. They're like going back and then trying to go through the Divine Arbiter. It's really weird. Well, I mean, Wild West took it both times anyway. And very convincingly too. Let's go to assortment list. You. Mm. All right. Want to say that like it really depends on what you're like. Well, it really depends on what your range unit is, but it depends on like what your anti-range unit is. I think every faction kind of has an anti-range unit. Let me see here. Some type of siege too. Oh, hello, Hank. What? 17 versus 10, right? So we need to get this up to 33. That's the fourth one. Pumpkin catapults. We have dual harvester. Wheelbarrow, just one because it matches up against one forecaster. And then we just say screw that and do frickin' 12 Reapers versus 25 Scarecrow. Round 10, we've got 2 rounds of this left. Starting off with Farmer versus Spooky. It was gonna probably play out in an interesting way until we got to 12 Reaper versus 25 Scarecrow. So many crows. That's way too many crows. They've made it. They've made the distance. That's okay. We'll give the Scarecrows an advantage. We'll move them from boom. Could start throwing crows like right away now. I think. Okay, 2 of them got killed with a pumpkin. Yeah, every faction has like their cheap melee unit, like their range unit, anti-range unit, and like a siege unit. Okay, that's good for. Can't win it if they can't win it now. Then, well, I mean, it was gonna be a 2-0 victory for Spooky anyway. think this might be the most one-sided matchup we've seen numbers-wise. It's not fair. Despite Tribal being like up 3-1, I'm pretty sure that Wild West just gonna run away with it. Because I mean, they got a very favorable matchup with the friggin' Gunslinger. Now all the mammoths are dead, and now everything else is dead too. Yup. That's what I thought. Now we finally get to the perfect one. Light versus Dark. Here in the second to last match instead of the last one. It's just up to the Divine Arbiter. Oh, the Divine Arbiter is dead. The Chronomancer was the first to transform. The Void Monarch almost didn't transform. He needs to also take down the Tempest Lich. That can get a few good bolts in. And the Void Monarch dodge does not make things easier. Well, we switch the places of the Divine Arbiter and the... What if we just swap to the places of our 1,000 and 3,000 points? That's an issue. You gotta place these now off to the side. These do have to kind of mirror each other. Oh. Oh, red victory. Okay, Light takes it in game 2. About game 3. All the front line is dead. Radiant Glaive is down. Chronomancer has transformed. Void Monarch up. You should not be standing up against each other. Okay, Void Monarch is at half HP now. Might still have one teleport left even. He did have one teleport left. 2 teleports left even. Looks like the Void Monarch has gone down. And that leaves the Chronomancer free to take out the Tempest Lich. Good takes it 2-1. But honestly, that just depends on how you plays them. Medieval versus the Pirates. Go. One knight is in the back line, and none of these cannons can actually turn around. However, these queens now need to deal with these kings fast in order to actually get back there. They've managed to take down most of the pirates. And they've managed to take down all the pirates in game 1. Both of these outer catapults get winged by cannonballs. That's not great for the medieval team. There also isn't a knight in the back causing a ruckus this time. They did get, 3 cannons down? All the pirate queens are down. Now it's just cannons versus archers. How was it like this one-sided from that? Medieval takes it game, or pirates take it game 2, and now let me move these catapults in so that they hopefully don't get like just winged. Okay, one of them did. The other one did, but it didn't die, and that's big. These catapults, if they actually land on a unit, can do some like crazy damage. 2 kings got stuck in the catapults. I'm not sure if that's good for them or bad for them. Yeah. Okay, they took a few more cannonball shots, but now back to the one-sided. Yeah. Next up is going to be the Ancient versus the Renaissance. Go. It's so much over. They have so many units left against these 4 ballista. Yeah. batteries. 3 watchers. Keep watching. Viking versus Dynasty. Only one drag. Oh, that's unfortunate for our Dynasty team. What happened over there? How did that happen? It looks like they still have plenty of bodies left over. It's already, monks are nothing to sneeze at. Like, monks are a good unit. Now it's just like the entire Dynasty faction raining down hell on this one Jarl. Then I do not believe in the Ice Archers winning this. They don't one-shot the Firework Archers. Which makes me think I have to go update my Ice Archer to Rapid Fire. And with the Dynasty taking that concludes round 10 of the tournament. Okay. Sixteen. This needs to be 10. This would go up to 30. This needs to be, I guess we go to 36. Six, seven, that's getting into the last round of the tournament here. We have the Renaissance versus the Viking faction. Go. For the first time, Renaissance won't have like 50 million musketeers on their side to just gun everything down. They only have one. And then Viking only has one Berserker instead of like the many that they have. So now if these Jarls can make it to the Da Vinci tanks, the Da Vinci tanks like far back so that most of the fight would be done before they got here. I mean, if they kill the Da Vinci tanks, the Ice Archers do actually have this, as there's just not enough, there's too many of them for the Renaissance to take down if they don't have these Da Vinci tanks. But they very easily have this. That's a very easy Renaissance dub. Eight. Next up, Dark versus Dynasty. This dragon's actually going to turn around in order to get rid of these guys, the Shadow Walkers, and then it can turn back and start, you know, breathing, or break dance and spin around and break apart. Dynasty's lost this one too. It so has. There's nothing they can do now. Dragon's down. The Watches are going down. Monkey King can't 1v1 a Void Monarch. We'll see if they get luckier this time. The dragon breaking so badly definitely meant that they just did not win. Ah, dude, the Deathbringer is fast enough, tanky enough, and has like a dash forward that's long enough that he can just ignore Fire Breath like that. He almost dies from it, but, you know. They've done it this time. If they get lucky with this dragon and the Watches, they do definitely win this. The dragon staying facing forward this time? Didn't even attempt to turn around, but none of the fire mattered because of the lag. That's a wasted Tempest Lich volley. You need to catch these two Void Monarchs with like a full volley. I don't think they're gonna do it. Oh, dude, they're on such little HP too. That would have been so close if they caught him with like just one more Hwacha arrow. But that will be a 2-1 win for the Dark faction. This 5 Zeus. Pirate versus Ancient. These ballistas are going to be an issue because they're like almost out of frame because that's how long of a range ballista has. They have a lot of work cut out for them. A lot of damage needs to be dealt. But I mean, if you need a lot of damage to be dealt, I think there's much better to call than the ballista. Maybe pikes, because I do think 3 pikes deal more damage than 1 ballista bolt. Ancient takes game 1. How about game 2? Because they definitely have more than enough units to, you know, make something happen with these ballista. These pirates, if these minotaurs don't charge back to the cannons and take out, like, a lot of them, they're so screwed. Or, I mean, like, if the minotaurs do charge back and take out a lot of the, cannons, then the pirates are screwed. They get to march forward. A lot of the units just went down. Might get off 1 more volley. It's not enough. Now there's 5 cannons in range of the 3 ballista. So it's actually really all coming down to the Minotaur. The Minotaur can just charge back, like, enough. Start taking out some of these cannons or causing them to take out some of themselves. There's almost no cannons left on the field. They also charge back there and then pull all the units back, which makes the ballista's longest range in the game stat even more impactful in a fight like this. Dude, stop disgracing that Minotaur. Stop disgracing that Minotaur's corpse. But, obviously, Ancient takes this in a 2-1 victory. Like that, right? There. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's 25. Either. Nine vampires. Not too many healers there. 13 of these. I wish we could have the catapults match up against each other. That would just be right. I could technically probably change it around to make that happen, but Swordcaster is after the Pumpkin Catapult, which means that the catapults don't get to match up against each other. Next up is going to be Spooky versus Medieval, and as much as I would love to have the Pumpkin Catapult match up against the Catapult, that is just unfortunately not a reality. Because the Swordcaster is unit number 6 in the Spooky faction, so they don't get that luxury. They instead have the Medieval faction has the Catapult match up against the Swordcaster. Like, this is a lot of pumpkins to deal with. And it looks like it's gonna have to be these pumpkins to take it down. Looks like they've got it. How did that not hit the knight? They take it down game 1. How about game 2? I mean, Medieval takes it down game 1. The Medieval catapult is down already. Unlucky bounce for the Medieval faction. All the Reapers are down. God, don't but like half a dozen pumpkins. Game 3. Oh, most of the archers are dead, and like a huge chunk of the priests, the healers are dead too. I think they got this. The archers don't shoot nearly fast enough to take down all these units. The pumpkin cap was huge to hit that last archer. That is sad. It's gonna be 2-1 spooky dump. That's a God. Okay, 25. So we move up to 69 lassos. Nice. What's at that? And then this seems almost trivial. Our penultimate match. Wild West versus Farmer. Yeah, just look at the field. Lassos and gunslingers versus lassos, gunslingers, and some Deadeye. Harvester and potion seller. That's not okay. Their farmer faction is absolutely cooked. As soon as these potion sellers get in enough, yeah, there it goes. Wild West wins. It's... You know what? No, I have something new planned. Five, 3. Five for that. 1 sacred elephant. 11 chronomancers, and then a Alright, we're gonna try this. Our final match in the tournament is the Tribal Faction's last chance to get a victory. Unfortunately, it's against the Light Faction, but I have artificially rigged this match by putting the Chronomancers all the way back there. So it'll be whatever remains of this Tribal Faction after fighting the rest of the Good Faction against, it's still 11 Chronomancers. It's not gonna be easy. It's like they need to not kill the spear throwers. Man. Yeah, there's nothing left for them anymore. Alright, let's try this out. I'm pretty sure this will be like 400 spear throwers. If they can't do it with this, they can't do it with anything. I'm really stretching the limits of what my computer can hit, of what the game can simulate now, at least for me. How does that actually work out? 370 spear throwers versus 33 Light Faction units. I mean, I don't care. Light wins. They had to rig it, and they still one-handedly go. If they don't win it this time, like, there's no way they don't. Hey, you know what? While we're here doing that, I'll go over the standings. As soon as I can find them. There's actually no way they don't win this. Spear thrower on top is down. Now, predictably, because I have to do all of this, the Tribal Faction lost the tournament at a 0-win, 11-loss record. I don't even think they took a match against any of the other factions. Actually, they did. They have 1 point. Whoever that faction is must feel real dumb. Next up in 11th is the Farmer faction. Then the Viking faction. Both Farmer and Viking having 2-9 win-loss records. Next up in 9th, Medieval with 3-8. In 8th, Renaissance at a 6-5. Then Spooky in 7th at a 6-5 as well. Then you have a 3-way tie for 4th between Wild West, Light, and Pirate, all at a 7-4 record. And I say this because they all have one tiebreaker win. Somehow. I'm not sure how. In the 3rd place is the Ancient Factions, standing at an 8-3 record. Very impressive for one of the base game factions. And like not much has changed in the Ancient Faction. Just goes to show how good the Ballista is. In 2nd place, losing their lead, the Dynasty faction at a 9-2 record, which leaves the Dark faction in 1st place, also at a 9-2 record. Now let me see if I can actually go through this and see. Tribal got 1 win against the Farmer faction. Okay, their 1 point comes from the Set Wars faction. Let me see who Dark lost to. They lost to Pirate? Yeah, makes sense. Dark. And they lost to Light. Yeah, that one also makes sense. They could have easily done like 10-1. So we got 2 Chronomancers transformed out of the 11 that were placed. All they need to do is hit him. There we go. And that was still close. That was like, they got rid of like, they only had like a quarter of their units left. Actually, let me go through these factions. Yeah. Cheap melee, anti-ranged, ranged, and siege. Tribal faction doesn't really have siege, although Bone Mage might count as siege. Wheelbarrow is the siege. Oh yeah, I forgot. That will be the end of the Ultimate Faction War. At least the 1st edition of this. The 2nd edition will either be an updated rule set, or include Legacy and Secret, which I'm going to run right after this. So with that being said, actually put this on first. That being said, hope you all enjoyed, and as always, have a good day. And so that's that. And then we'll have extras at the end. Yeah, let me do this here. It's like anti-range, range, and then siege. Cheap melee is either of those. Anti-ranged, ranged, and siege. Melee, range, anti-range, siege. Cheap melee, both of you are anti-range, ranged, and siege. Cheap melee, ranged. Both of you are kind of anti-ranged and then siege. Cheap melee and anti-ranged, ranged, and siege. Cheap melee and anti-ranged. Cheap melee, ranged, and then siege. Melee, anti-range, ranged, and siege. Vampires ain't range. Siege. Cheap melee, anti-range. This might be the siege. Actually, Wild West, the faction you'd expect to have ranged units, doesn't have many ranged units. Range, and then Sacred Elephant for siege. Would be the Vine Arbiter. Cheap melee, anti-ranged, siege ranged. Yeah, all factions have like cheap melee, anti-range, range, and siege unit. I mean, oh well. Anti-range flag bearer, maybe? I'm not sure. Siege barrel roller? I'm also not sure on that one either. But there are 14 units here. So let's figure out which one is the best. And then also go here. Get rid of cheerleader and present elf. And then queuing. Okay. So like into 7, these should be groups of 5, right? Then there's 6 in the last one. Okay. Well, actually, no, there's no way I can have the freaking banner bearer be our cheap melee unit in the faction. So Peasant's gonna get to move on. Poacher versus Blow Darter. Okay. It's gonna be Blow Darter. Pike versus Barrel Roller. We know that. How do they not win? Okay. How do the Pikes not win? Honestly? Okay, well, unfortunately, it looks like it's gonna be the freaking barrel roll. Then if the boxer, if the flagbearer moves on, I don't think it has a chance against the boxer. But if they did, then they can move on. That would be a good combination. But yeah, unfortunately, flagbearer is not going to be moving on. Pharaoh versus Wizard. I feel like this is an obvious one. Yeah, they aren't gonna do much. Well, Unfortunate for you, Pharaoh. Chariot V4. That's an interesting one. 11v9. Yeah, 4 wins. And then Tank versus Super Boxer. Holy crap. They just absolutely demolished those tanks. Well, okay. Suppose that's your. Hold on a minute. Super. Super Boxer. Suppose this is your legacy faction for the future. Now that we get on to a more interesting part, actually, I might just run at another time. You might want to just go ahead and put these into bracket at least for the last one. One second here. Seems to be a two-stage. Right? Hold on a minute. That's 1, 2, 3. It's like the most out of place. Maybe Ice Mage. Ice Mage might. Because it's like Christmas. Give me 1 moment to set this up. It's 5. That's 5. That's 5. That's 5. I gotta add all these guys to groups. 5. 5. And 1, 2, 3, 5. 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Maybe if I did like a seating by number, then it would have done automatic correctly. All right, let's get into this. Bomb on a stick versus a teacher. The teacher takes game 1, I suppose. And game 2. I'll find a shirt. What's it? Just like this. Alright, you've got to take 5 minutes off. Let's break. Next matchup will be Fanbearer, just 1 versus 1 Raptor. So 1v1, as we most things probably will be in these. Raptor takes it. Teacher versus Fanbearer. They're both round to hit the Fanbearer. It's not looking like it, but he's getting closer. He's just barely not gonna do it. Fanbearer win. versus Ball on a Stick. Whoever takes game 1, game 2. Okay, game 2 as well. This balloon. Can't keep the balloon around. The balloon weighs a bit too much. That wasn't even close. Raptor versus Teacher. Go. You got one game, one. Yeah, that's more what I expected to happen. Raptor wins game 2. And game 3. Two to one. Turn. Some Raptors, but I need to put 3 of them to get this one up to the air. It didn't even die on fall damage. It's a 1v1. So the Raptor by the ass, and he wins. The winner takes game 1. Close victory. Game 2. Wait, okay, so wait, yeah, that means winner just wins. Just bomb us. That's the ASMR done. The Fanbearer absolutely wins this matchup. So I want to thank you all for sticking with me, you lurkers. Best type of lurker. Easily better than The Walking Dead. Anyway. Raptor versus Bomb on a Stick 2. Didn't even get to hit them. Then they just kind of got ran over. Not quite. Session. Yeah. No, the last one's teacher versus balloon. Like, I would like my challenge website to work with me here. Teacher like doesn't have any range though, and that's gonna be it. Pretty sure the ballooner takes it in like a perfect record or near perfect record. So congratulations to the ballooner for being the first of the Secret Faction's 7 units. Yeah. Okay. Why do I hold on, man? Why do I bop with a match like this? Versus Chuko Nu, okay. Chuko Nu is probably gonna be the best one of this group. Ball and Chain versus Executioner. Crap, it's supposed to be the Shouter in this group. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it would have mattered. He's not really gonna win. Executioner, moving on. It doesn't really matter when things are like the same price like that. Executioner taking game 2 as well. This might be an issue. I think I have to change these two. Clams, Mace Spinner, that one doesn't matter because they're both in the same one. Wimbledon Bank Robbers. Name for it. That should be that group. Then Bank Robbers, which yeah, okay, that one makes sense. 20. Then to 25 there. Lady Red Jade needs to be swapped here. And then the Shogun gets in the last set. Right? It looks like. Because, yeah, this one would definitely change if it was like Taekwondo versus Ball and Chain compared to Shouter. Yeah, just look at that. I mean, Shouter would be the 5th one allowed in this one. He didn't really get shouted anywhere. So, that's unfortunate. Yeah, like, Taekwondo would have definitely won that one. I mean, I guess technically I have to run this. Though I don't expect anything to change. Yup. Hello, Melon. We're gonna have a stream to moderate here in like an hour. We got the Chugonu versus the Jester. They don't dodge projectiles. So, yeah, 2 volleys and they're done. One should go marginally better for the Jester because they're melee units instead. I mean, they're gonna kind of get crumpled, but then they can actually start, you know, doing Jester's things, like spinning, like that. And kicking, like that. They take game 1, how about game 2? I don't actually, that doesn't actually really seem like how you think, but okay. Jester's gonna move on. The Executioner versus the Shouter. Go. You don't get that much distance with the Executioner. I mean, they swing now. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I don't have much faith in like one of the worst units in the game making it through. Jester versus Executioner. This also doesn't feel very fair. It doesn't feel like it should be Jester favor. Wire kicks so strong in this game. They just one-shot these Executioners with a kick. It's a 2-0 Jester dub. Shuko New versus Ball and Chain. Can the Ball and Chain use it to defend? He might be able to. Nope. Failed twice. I mean, if the Executioner doesn't win this, I mean, Shuko New just moves in. Yeah, okay. Shouter versus Jester. Seems like the Shouter would eventually win. Because they're just gonna keep shouting them away. And like, they shout the Jester far enough away that the shout goes off down. Gonna do that, and then yeah, the Jukonyu gets to move on. Okay, Taekwondo, Raptor Rider, Clams, Infernal Lips, and Mace Spinner. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yo, okay, cool. Raptor Rider versus the Infernal Whip. 9 versus 16. The Raptor Riders are burning, but like they got so much damage off in that initial charge that makes me think they can definitely win this, despite Infernal Whip being like a really good unit. Oh man, that turnaround that they have to do is brutal on them. Okay. Infernal Whip gets the first one. Get Clams and Mace Spinner. It's like it does take like exactly 6 clams to kill the Mace Spinner. This one doesn't look good. Yeah. If he can't get like most of that done in one set of clams, he's done. Yeah, exactly 6 clams to kill the Mace Spinner. Speaking of clams, here they are again, Infernal Whip. They can broil these clams up. Nope, not even close. Clams are going to take it 2-0. Taekwondo versus the Raptor Rider. I mean, both the Raptor and the Rider get kicked one shot. I was gonna say, but they might be able to just kind of run them over. Game 1 goes to Taekwondo. It's close, but game 2 is also gonna go to Taekwondo. Stop clams. Yeah, there's no way they do it. And then they have to like, get up close, and that gives them another chance, like the throwers another chance to send them out. This is not the most fair one. Mace Spinner versus Infernal Whip. Oh my god. Like, not only do they just like four-shot the Mace Spinner, and Mace Spinner absolutely does not four-shot the Infernal Whip back. They do like the damage over time and AoE, and that damage over time spreads. That's probably Mace Spinner versus Taekwondo. That goes by fast. They're actually getting caught by the mazes, like, a lot. How? I really... Mace Spinner is, like, one of the units I understand probably I understand, like, the least amount about how, they do stuff. Either way they take it, Raptor Rider versus the Clams. They just kind of swarm. They ignore the Clams completely because, I mean, the Raptor's faster. From one 500 secret unit to another 500 secret unit. Mace Spinner, you're up. It's gonna be close. The Mace Spinner takes game 1, just barely though. How about game 2? A couple Raptors still up. Is definitely a Mace Spinner second game dub there. Infernal Whip versus Taekwondo. One Taekwondo for each whip. Oh, she one-shots them. It's gonna be an Infernal Whip dub. Who took that one? It's like the Clams did. Yeah. Both Clams and Infernal Whip did well, but Infernal Whip got that, or Clams got that win against the Infernal Whip. Big Rubber Smash Banshee weapons sort of it. Nope. That's good. Which versus Necromancer? Go. This is a match. What? This is a bit of an insane match. The Necromancer took it, but just barely. Now it's the Witch's turn to take it. Nice. Game 3. Witch. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's what happens with like Cupid too, isn't it? But Witch is gonna take that in a 2-1 victory. Banshee versus Solar Architect. Got a few of them down, but I mean that's way too many solar maelstroms for them to deal with. They didn't even kill the ones that they actually managed to attack. That is a shame. Necromancer versus Banshee. Yeah, Banshee didn't stand a chance. Bank robbers versus the witch. I don't even think it matters because they can't actually. I don't think the bank robbers can hit the witch. That's gonna be an easy witch dub. But that is going to be where I end my stuff for today, guys. We're gonna raid Digisphere. He's doing it. So with that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. And of course, have a good day.